Is this PPT visible? Is the PPT visible? Okay, so we'll start. So, in the previous session, we had seen about dictionaries and the data types, that is, dictionary data types. So, in which we said that dictionary is nothing but collection of values, which will be having a key as well as value pair. So, this is similar to the dictionary what you have at home, wherein you have a word. So, you're searching for the corresponding meaning of that. Okay. So, you'll be having the word here. Word is nothing but you can say it as key, and the description of that word is nothing but it is representing the value here. So it is the in terms of code it is written as it is written within the braces. So all this we had already seen in the previous session. So then we had also seen a program wherein you can store your friend's name as well as their date of birth. Then we had also seen some of the methods that is related to key, wherein you can display the key, or you can display the values, or you can display both key as well as values. So these were the different methods what we had seen in the previous session. Then we had seen about the get method. So now we'll move on with the set default method. Okay. So when are you using this set default method? So it might happen that either you may not be having a key, or usually key, when you say value will be there. Now you want to assign a value to a particular key. In such cases, you can go for this set default method. Okay. So you'll often have a set of values in a dictionary for a certain key only if the key does not already have a value. So what is the meaning of this is, you might have a dictionary. Now you want to assign a new value. Okay, when you want to assign a new value means you should also have a key. So when you want to assign a new value to a particular key, then you can use this set default method. So we'll just see with it with an example. So we'll just see it with an example. Am I audible? Okay. So So just see here. Here we have a dictionary. In the dictionary, what are the key we have? We have the first key as name, and the corresponding value is puka, and the next key is age, and the corresponding value is 5. Okay. So this dictionary is assigned to a variable called as spam. Now we are using the if statement here. So if color not in spam. So we have already seen about this not in operator. So what does this not in do? Now you are searching whether color is there in your dictionary. That is, spam is nothing but that is representing your dictionary. So colors is not there. Color is not there in this dictionary. So in that case, what happens? This is true. So that time what happens is a new key called as color is created, and for that corresponding key is black. Corresponding value is black for the key color, and later you're going to print the this 1 second. Okay, we're just going to print the dictionary, so we'll just see how the execution goes. So here you can see here the dictionary is created. Okay, so the dictionary is having keys as name and age, and the value is puka and 5. So now the if statement, it checks whether key called as color is there or not. Now in that case you are using the not in operator, so which is going to return true if the key is not present. Now the key color is not present, so it is true. So you're going to come inside this body. Here what does it do? It will create a key called as, or it will add a key called as color to the dictionary, and it will initialize with the value black. So you can see here color is the key color is created and the corresponding value is black. So next you're going to print spam. So you can see here when you're printing spam, you have the contents of the dictionary, that is the key are name, age and color, and the corresponding value is puka, 5 and black. So this is how you can assign a value to a particular key when the key is not present in the dictionary. So you can see here how many statements. So this is what we had done, right? Now the same thing we can use the set default statement. So what we are saying here is the set default method offers a way to do this in one line. So this complete code, whatever you have written now, the entire thing can be written in a single line. So how to do that, we'll just see. So that is nothing but your set default method. Okay. So I'll just run this in IDE and just show you. So here you have, okay, we have our, so just see here, a dictionary in which you have key, name and age. So next what we will do now, the same thing what we had written in so many lines, we'll just write it in a single line by using the set default method. So just see here, when you're given set default, so what is the meaning of this? A key, color and the corresponding value will be assigned. Okay, what is that value? That value is displayed here. So just check out whether it is created. So you can see here, so this is the same result what you got when we are using this statement, right? So when you did this using this 4 lines of code, what result you got? The same thing can be done using a single line by using a method called as set default. So what are the arguments for set default? So just come back here. The first argument passed to the method is the key to check for, and the second argument is the value to set at that key if the key does not exist. Okay. So accordingly, what you're going to say, what is the key now? Key is color and the corresponding value what you have to assign is black. So you can see here your dictionary is updated with this value. Okay. So this is how you can use the set default method. So now once again we'll see here, we already have a key called as color. Now once again I'm using the set default method. So what does the set default do? It is going to search for the key color and it is going to assign the value white. But just check out now, in your dictionary you already have a key called as color, right? So now what you're doing in this step, you're trying to assign the color white, right? So but you just see here, we got the result as black only. So again you try to check out the contents of spam. So just see here, even though you gave the color as white, it is still black, it has not changed. This is why, because this color is already there, color key is already there. If it is not there, then it is going to create and it is going to assign. But since this color is already there and it is already having a value called as black, so if you're trying to reinitialize it, it's not going to happen. It will remain as black only. Okay. So this is about your set default method. So set default method, you can use it whenever you want to assign a value to a particular key. So if that key is not there, then it is going to assign the value. If the key is already there, then if you're trying to reinitialize it, the previous value only will be there. Okay. So that is about your set default. So we have a program associated to that. So we'll just see. So this is a program wherein you are counting the number of characters in a given string. Okay. So I'll just copy paste over here. So what we are doing in this, we'll just trace this program. So here you can see we have a string called as message. Okay. So in this string message, what do we have? It was a bright cold day. So this is a string what we have, which is stored in this message. Okay. And we have a dictionary called as count. So currently we are not having any key value pairs. Okay. It is an empty dictionary what we have created. Then what happens? So we'll just trace this. So first step, what happened? A string is being assigned, that is message. And just see here, next we have count, which is a dictionary, which is an empty dictionary. Currently we don't have any key value pairs in our dictionary. So next we are going to use a for statement in which we are going to check for every character that is there in your string. Okay. So just check out here, the first character what is there in your string, that is capital I. Okay. So just see here, count dot set default. So we already saw the meaning of set default method. So what does set default method do? If the first argument for set default is a key. If the key is not present in the dictionary, it is going to create and it is going to initialize with the value 0. Okay. So accordingly, we'll see currently your dictionary is empty. So now what happens in the dictionary, you have the first key, that is I, and we are initializing with the value 0. Okay, so that is what your set default is going to do here. Next, now what happened, you encountered the first character, that is I, right? For this I, the first occurrence is got. So for that purpose, what you're going to do here is count of character plus 1. So you're going to increment the count, so which was previously initialized to 0, now it became 1. After this, again it goes to the next character. The next character is a lowercase t. Set default, what does it do? That lowercase t is not there in your dictionary, so it is going to create an entry and it is going to initialize with 0. So you can see here, initialize with 0. Next, what happens? Since we got the first occurrence, next statement is going to increment the value by 1. Again, go to the next one. It is a blank space. It's not there in the dictionary, so create the entry and initialize to 0. Next, you're going to increment the value. Okay, so like this it goes to all the characters of your string. So all the characters of your string is checked, and correspondingly the value is also incremented. Okay, so I'll just show you. So first you got I, then you got T, then you got a space, then W, A, S. Just check out now. Already one space, we already have one space, right? So now currently we have scan till S. Okay. Next character what we are going to get is a space. So just we'll see now what happens. So the next character what you're going to encounter is a space. So it is going to come here, count dot set default character comma 0. So what did we say under set default? If the key is not there, then it is going to initialize with the new value. So but the key space is already there in the dictionary, right? It's already there with the value as 1. So for that purpose, this is not going to reinitialize to 0. That one will be as it is. Then you're going to the next statement. In that case, now what you're going to do, you're going to increment the value by 2. So you can check here, the value has been incremented by 2. So you got 2 spaces. Next, again, next character is A. A is already there in your dictionary, so it is not going to initialize with 0, but it is going to increment the value of A. So you can check out now, A value became 2. Okay, like this it is repeated for all the characters in your list. And finally it is going to print the count, that is all the characters and the corresponding number of occurrences is being printed here. So this is a program which is going to count the number of occurrences of each character in the given string by using the set default method. I hope I'm clear with this. Guys, are you following? Next, we'll move on with the next topic, that is pretty printing. So what is this pretty printing? So this pretty printing, if you want to import the pprint module into a program, you will have access to pprint and pformat function that will pretty print a dictionary value. So what is the meaning of this pretty printing is, so you just saw the previous program wherein the character and the corresponding occurrences were printed. So it was printed in a single line, right? So you just want to print it in a nicer way. So for that purpose, you can say if you want a cleaner display of items, then you can go for this pretty printing or p-print or p-format module. Okay, so p-print function is especially helpful when the dictionary itself contain nested list or dictionary. So this is also helpful during the nesting concept, that is if you're having a nested list or if you're having a nested dictionary. So when you say nested, it can be a dictionary within, you have another dictionary within a dictionary, or you can have one more list within a list. So in such cases you can go for this pretty printing concept. Okay, so if you want to obtain a predified text as a string value instead of displaying it on a screen, then you can go for the next concept, that is p-print format. So we'll just see with an example, we'll just see all this with an example. So what is the meaning of pretty print? Pretty print is nothing but you want to display the content or your result in a nicer way. Okay, so we'll just see with the program. So you can see here, this is a program. The program is similar to the previous one. So everything is same. Only addition is import pprint. So you're importing the module pprint, and the last changes is, in the previous one you had given print count. But here now you're giving pprint dot pprint count. Only these are the two changes that is there between this and the previous program. Okay. So what does this pretty print do? Pretty print is going to print your result in a nicer way. So we'll just see here. Everything is same as we have seen in the previous program. All the things are same. What is a new addition? This pprint module has been imported into our program. Okay. So I'm not going to say all this because it's already the same program. Only thing what we want to see is how it is displayed. So you can see here it is displayed in a nicer way. That is, you have this dot or punctuation thing in the beginning, then you have capital letters, then you have lowercase letters in the alphabetical order. Okay, so printed in a nicer way, or you can say cleaner way. For that you can go for pretty print module or pprint module. So along with that, the next thing what was told here is, if you want to obtain the prettified text as a string value instead of displaying it on a screen. So we'll just see what is the meaning of this. We'll just come back to the code here. So a small change we can do here. So this is a small change what we are going to do. It's a small change. So what you're doing, the count whatever you have, you are going to place it in another text. It can be a text file or it can be a variable also, and then you're going to print that content. Okay, so everything is same. Once the for loop is done, so you can see here the result is displayed in a text. Okay, it can be a file also. So result is displayed in a text, and that text content. So this is the statement, that is pprint.p format count. So the character and the corresponding count is being stored in this text. And now what you're going to do, you're going to print that text. So this is the other way how you can use this pprint module, that is using p format, wherein you want to send the result to some other text file, and from there you can print the result. Okay, so this is about your pprint or pretty printing. Next, we'll go to that is using data structure to model real world things. So in this, what we are saying here is, even before there was internet, people could still play a chess with one person sitting in one end and other person sitting somewhere else. So how they used to do is, here you can see here, you have different pieces of chess. So each player, what he would do is he would set a chessboard at his end, and then take a mailing postcard uh, to each. So every move, whatever he is doing, so that he used to send through a postcard. To do this, players had to initially describe the state of the board and their move. So what is the meaning of this is, so you can see here, you have the coordinate like this. So this is your algebraic chess notation. Okay. So each of the pieces here, now you have king. If he is a king, then it was represented by k. If it was queen, then it was represented by q. Similarly, if it is a knight, then it is represented by n. So for each of the moves, so just see here we have an example here. So 2 into nf3 and nc6. So what is the meaning of this is, suppose white, okay, the player who is selected the white color, he is the current player. So what is the meaning of this nf3 and nc6 is, n represents knight. Okay, so he has moved, the player who is playing, that is who has selected white, he has moved the knight to the position f3. So this is f and this is 3, so he has brought the knight to this particular position. Similarly, black, the player who has selected the black color, so what he has done, he is also moving knight from c, that is from this position, he has brought this piece to here, that is nc6. So knight has been moved to this particular position. So this is called as your algebraic chess notation. Okay, so this is all what is given here. So you, both this combination, using this players used to play chess. Okay, next, we'll go to the tic tac board. So again, we all have played this tic tac toe game in one or the other point in our life. So we'll just see about this. Small code is given, or pieces of code you can say, given for each of the moves. Okay. So to begin with, so we know tic-tac-toe. So you can see the figure itself. It is just looking like a hash symbol, right? So it is looking like a hash symbol with how many slots? You can see here 3, 6, 9 slots are there. So it is looking like a hash symbol with 9 slots. And each of the slots can be filled with either X or 0. Okay. Or so player X, if is there, he will mark it as X. If player 0 is there, he will mark it as 0. Or in the beginning, if you say, in the beginning what happens? Your tic-tac-toe board will be empty. In that case, what do you have? All the entries will be a space. Okay. So you can say that these 9 slots can be filled or can contain either X, 0 or a blank symbol. Okay, so we'll just see here. So here we are using the string and the value pair to represent all this 9 positions. Okay, so you can see here in the beginning, so you see here each of the 9 position are represented this way, that is top left, top middle, top right, middle left, middle right, low right, low left, low middle and low right. This is how you can represent each of the position of a tic-tac-toe board. So to begin with, an empty tic-tac-toe board, so how it is represented an empty tic-tac-toe board. So you see here top L, so it is shown as a dictionary. So top L is the key value and the corresponding value is empty. That is space. Nothing is there. Similarly, top middle is the key and the value is an empty value. Like this, it is repeated for all the 9 slots. Okay. So that is nothing but the beginning of, or in the beginning, that is represented as an empty board. So for that purpose, how will be your dictionary? All the 9 position will be having just a space. Okay. Now we'll see other example, that is when a player X has done his first move. In that case, what happens? Now suppose player X, he has marked in this particular position. So how it is represented in the dictionary? So you can see here the second row is nothing but it is representing mid. So second row, that is, or you can say zero, this you can say it as the zeroth row, this is the first row, and this is the second row, right? So the first row, zeroth column, first column, and second column, like how you're representing in the matrix. So you can say first row, first column, that is representing mid of mid. So there, just see the dictionary entry, X is marked. Okay. Similarly, in this case, what is the situation? You have all the top rows filled with 0. That meaning of that is the player 0 is the winner in this case, right? So corresponding dictionary entry, you see top left, top middle, top right, everything is having a value 0. Okay. Similarly, middle left, middle is having X, and middle right is not filled with any value. So it is a blank space. Okay. So this is how a tic-tac-toe board can be represented, or tic-tac-toe game can be created. So again, we have a small set of code for this. We'll just see. So just see here, we have the board. So the board is nothing but the variable that is representing or pointing to our dictionary. Okay. So you see here in our dictionary. So now what happened? The dictionary has been created. What are the key value? Top left, top middle, right. Similarly, middle left, middle right. Similarly, lower, left, middle, and right. So these are the different entries of your dictionary. And in the beginning, all the entries will be having a value that is empty or a space. Okay. So now you can see here def. So we have already seen in the functions chapter, def is nothing but that is for the function you're writing. The function name is written using def statement, or you can also say definition of the function. Okay. So def followed by the name of the function, that is print board, and the parameter or the argument what you're passing is board. Now that is just the function definition. So in the beginning you're not going inside that, so that part is escaped, and now you are calling the function. You are calling the function print board, and the parameter what you're passing here is, so here what happened, the function definition. Okay. So now what you're going to do, you are going to call the function print board, and what is the parameter you're passing? You're passing the board. So that the board is nothing but your dictionary. You're passing this dictionary to the function print board. So what does this function print board do? So print board is going to, so you can see here, first part, top left. In top left, what you have? You have a space. Then you can see here plus. So this is nothing but the concatenation operator. Okay. So a space is printed, and after that this pipe symbol is printed, or an or symbol is printed. So that or symbol is represented within this plus or concatenation symbol. Similarly, next entry will be board of top middle. Board of top middle, what you have? Again a blank symbol, that is again a blank symbol, plus board of top right, again a blank symbol. So that is how it's printed. Next, what is this? So this is nothing but just acting as a separator between the rows. Okay. So what happened? The 0th row is done here. Next, you have to go to the first row. So again, everything is blank. Then separator is this, and finally the third row is printed. Okay. Everything with the value, space, or empty. So this is representing your empty board, or initially this is your tic-tac-toe board. Okay. Next, we'll go to the next example, wherein this example is showing you that you have some entry in the tic-tac-toe board. So we'll just see here. We'll just see how is the entry is done. So again, you have a dictionary which is represented by the board. So just see here now what entries you have. Top, left, middle, and right. You have 000. So what is the meaning of that? Top position, everything is represented as 0. So other way you can say the 0th player is a winner there, right? Top, then middle left, middle right. First two position you have X, then you have space, and rest everything is space except for the lower right. So we'll see that here. You're calling the function print board, you're passing this dictionary. So top left, what do you have in top left? You have 0. After that, separator, that is here in this case a pipe symbol. And after that, top middle, again 0. Separator, then top right, again 0. So you can see this is a result that is printed here, 0, 0, 0. Again, the separator here is this. This is a row separator. Okay. Similarly, next entry will be X and X and then a space. After that, a row separator. Similarly, the last entry is space, space and X. So this is representing a position wherein player 0 has 1 because all the row is having 0. Okay. We have one more example. So this is the last example with respect to tic-tac-toe board. So we'll just see here. Once again, the dictionary has been created wherein all the entries are space. So that is nothing but representing the initial empty board. Okay. So now here what is this example program is? Here it is showing you that there are two players and it is allowing each of the player to either enter X or 0. So how many chances are given? So I in range within bracket you have given as 9. So 9 uh, possibility for you to enter because there are 9 slots in the tic-tac-toe board. Okay. So for I is equal to 0, when it is 0, what happens? You're coming into the print board method. So you can see here. So initially what happens is the empty board is created. Okay. So this is the empty board that is created. Next comes now. Turn for X to move on which space. So now what is the meaning of this? So we have turn X and turn 0. So turn is nothing but it is representing the player. We have a player X and we have a player named 0. X 0 or O you can say. So what are they? They are the ones they can either enter X or they can enter 0. But here what they have to do, what the user has to do here is user has to give the position here. Whether he wants to place, now I will give top and I will give L. So what is the meaning of this? Now who is playing? Turn is of X. So X will be placed at which position? Top left. Okay. So X will be placed at top left. So we'll just see here. So you can see here top left X is placed. Next incremented. Next is of turn 0. That is 0 or O also you can say. So again he has to enter now. So this is the detail that is displayed of player X. He entered at which position? Which position? Top of left. So you can see here top of left X is placed. Similarly, next is of, so this is the remaining entries. Next is of turn 0, that is player 0. Player 0 has to tell his position. So I'll give low right. I'll give low R. So what is the meaning of that? Lower right side. Okay. Low R. So you can see here in lower right, currently it is space. But now what happens? You can see here 0 is entered. Okay. Value 0 is assigned. So you can check here. This is the previous, that is player X has entered. So then now you're getting the details of player 0, what he has entered. Okay. So since we gave it as lower right, 0 is printed here. So this is a program that is representing how a user, that is how two users can play. Okay. So if I'm giving a space, then it is going to come out of the program. Okay. So this is a program that is showing you an example of tic-tac-toe board between two players who are X and 0. So the player can either hit X or, that is, he has to give the position, that is mid left, mid right, or whatever position he wants. In that particular position, either x or 0, depending on the player, will be um, displayed there. Okay, so that is about your tic-tac-toe board. I hope I'm clear with this. And the last topic in this particular chapter, that is nested dictionary and list. So just now we saw about tic-tac-toe board. That is fine. It's a simple one wherein you just have a dictionary and nine key value pair. But you might come across more complicated things wherein you want to have one dictionary with other, or one list with other inside other list. So in that cases you can go for nested dictionaries or nested list. Okay. So lists can be useful to contain an order series of value, and dictionaries are useful for associating key with values. So when you're going for list, whenever you want ordered sequence of value or series of value, in that case you can go for list. Otherwise you can go for dictionaries. Where order is not of importance, then you can go for dictionary, because for in dictionary, for every key you will be having a corresponding value for that. Okay, so we'll see this with an example program. So you can see here, so the first thing what happens is we are going to create a dictionary. Okay, so just see here, the dictionary is assigned to a variable all guest, and in all guest what you have, the first key is Alice, and just see the value part of that. Value part of that is again a dictionary. So this is an example of nested dictionaries wherein you can have a dictionary inside other dictionary. Okay, so you have Alice, which is a key, and the values are nothing but the dictionaries. Similarly, Bob is a key, and the value for Bob is again a dictionary. For Carol, again value is one more dictionary. So same thing we'll see here how it appears. So just see here, our dictionary is having the key Alice, Bob, and Carol, and the corresponding value is one more dictionary. So if you're seeing now Carol's, in Carol's value, what you have? One more dictionary which is consisting of cups and apple pie. Similarly, Alice dictionary is having values apple and pretzels, and Bob dictionary is having ham sandwiches and apple. So this is how you can show nested dictionary concept. Okay. So next is the function definition part, wherein you're taking two parameters, that is guest and items. We'll see it. So you're coming to the print statement here. Number of things being brought. So number of things being brought. So first, so what do we need to do? We need to count how many number of each of these items are there. What are those items? Apples, cup, cakes, ham sandwiches, apple pies. How many of these are there in a dictionary? You have to count. For that, we have this program. Okay. So initially, number brought, you are going to now initialize to 0. So currently now first, which is our item? So just see here, total brought. What are the parameters you're passing? The parameter you're passing is all guest. So what is this all guest? All guest is nothing but the dictionary, right? And apple is nothing but the item. So you can see here, guest is nothing but you're passing the dictionary, and item, currently the item is apple. Okay. So the variable number brought is initialized to 0. And now, so you can see here we have two variables here, k and v. So k is representing the key in the first dictionary, that is your main dictionary, and v is nothing but inside the dictionary, the value part, which is nothing but another dictionary, that is kept track by this variable v. So you can see here v initially will be pointing to the first sub dictionary, which is having the values apple and pretzel. So you can see our item is apples now. So v is going to get the value of apple, that is 5. Okay, so that is stored in number brought, and again it is searching in the next dictionary. You got the number of apples as 2, so that is here 5 plus 2, that is 7. Again, next item, that is cups. There you don't have any apple, so number bought is still 7. So what happened now? How many number of apples we have got here? So total number of apples, that is 7. You can see here number of apples 7. Similarly, next thing you're doing for cups. So cups is there only in this particular dictionary, whose key value is Carol. Okay. So it is going to search all the dictionaries. It's going to search all the dictionary, and finally here it is going to get the value as 3. So that value 3 is printed. Same thing will be done for cups, cakes, ham, sandwiches, and apple pies. Okay, and finally it is going to display the result. So you can see here. So the finally you're going to get apples as 7, cups as 3, and cakes as 0, ham sandwiches 3, and apple pie 1. So this is an example program that is telling you about nested dictionaries and list. Okay. So where is a nested concept? Over here. So within a dictionary, the value part is one more dictionaries. Okay. So with this, we are coming to the end of second chapter in the second module. So we have one more chapter, that is manipulating strings. So we are having 3 chapters in the second module, 3 chapters of textbook from the second module. Okay. So one more chapter is left. We will do it in the next class. So I want you all to tell your attendance. Abhay,
Present, ma'am.
Abhijit,
Present, ma'am.
Abhimanyu, Abhimanyu,
Present, ma'am.
Ebin,
City bundle.
Ebin, Adarsh,
Present, ma'am.
Ahmed,
Present,
Afrin,
ma'am.
Akhilesh. Akhilesh is not there.
Present, ma'am.
Alan,
Present, ma'am.
Amal,
Present, ma'am.
Amrita, Amrita is not there. Anish, Anish, Anusha,
Present, ma'am.
Archana,
Present, ma'am.
Ashwati,
Present, ma'am.
Ashwin,
Present, ma'am.
Aisha,
Present, ma'am.
Bamita, Bani,
Present, ma'am.
Chanjal,
Present, ma'am.
Diksha,
Present, ma'am.
Dimant,
Present, ma'am.
Ashita,
Present, ma'am.
Dakshita,
Present, ma'am.
Daneshri,
Present, ma'am.
Dheeraj,
Present, ma'am.
Durga Lakshmi,
Present, ma'am.
Ebin,
Present, ma'am.
Fasalu, Fatimat,
Present,
Meghna,
ma'am. Present, ma'am.
Hain,
Present, ma'am.
Mithun,
Yes, ma'am.
Karthik,
Present, ma'am.
Kavya,
Present, ma'am.
Kevin,
Present, ma'am.
Manoj,
Present, ma'am.
Shazia,
Present, ma'am.
Melvin,
Present, ma'am.
Hafaz,
Present, ma'am.
Tansif, Afzal, Mansur,
Present, ma'am.
Shahir, Shakil, Shueb,
Present, ma'am. Present, ma'am.
Tansir,
Yes, ma'am.
Nachappa,
Present, ma'am.
Najib. Nachappa is traveling somewhere. Najib, Nandita,
Present, ma'am.
Nilesh,
Present, ma'am.
Pratiksha.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.